And we are live. Hello, everyone. I am Nikki Roberti here with the amazing Rachel Lynn Solomon. And this is just a random impromptu live test because the Pitch Wars live show is tomorrow night and it's going to be the biggest one yet. I mean, I thought the last one was big. We're going to have more mentors than ever before. And since I moved to a new house, I need to make sure that it's all working technologically wise. So Rachel decided to help me out. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, I'm so nice. That's why.
She is nice. She is the best.
No.
I mean, okay, so Rachel, I don't know if you should know if you read my mentor bio, but Rachel was my mentor when I was a mentee, and I consider her a guru on the mount, actually. Like, I mean, you're just so knowledgeable.
Thank you.
I gush about you. You're always like,
I'm really bad at accepting compliments. It's the kind of thing where if you get an email, I guess mostly if it's a critique and it's all praise and then there's like one little line of criticism that's like, maybe you should do this. I don't know if you want to. And then you're like, well, I should just throw the whole thing away. That's very much the kind of person I am.
But I have like no critiques for you. I literally think you're the coolest person ever. So actually, so people are coming into our chat room. Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching our random live test. If you missed
It's a test.
It's a test. So basically, tomorrow's live show.
Being discussed. Nothing of importance is being discussed.
Well, I mean, I think discussing mentor-mentee things it's just fun, I guess. Nothing's really important. Let's be honest.
Yes.
But tomorrow's live show is going to be the biggest one ever. And because I just moved, I realized I probably should make sure my computer stuff works because everything's been discombobulated. So Rachel's helping me test out, and Rachel's the perfect person to do this because she was my mentor when I was a mentee, and now I like to say that she's mentoring me mentoring.
Heather was saying that I'm her life mentor. So I'm just, it never ends. I think that's what people don't realize when they sign up for this. Like, you're stuck with us. I almost feel like I should write my bios as like a best friend application because that's kind of what everyone's turned into.
It's very true. Like, and that's a big part of it. It's like you want to make sure that the personalities mesh well. And you mentioned Heather. For those who also don't know, Heather was the alternate year I was a mentee. Back then, she had two people, and we were Team Ginger because we all had red hair.
Her hair's kind of blackish now, though.
She's so cool. I need to meet her in person. I'm jealous that you both live in Seattle now.
It is very nice. It's so weird seeing people like tweet about this.
I just realized I probably should be looking at my Twitter.
I'm on my work computer because it's better. So I have everything in like everything's in like an incognito browser.
Oh, so hey, everyone who's watching, hi, Sarah from @RecentlySarah, and Kim Plaskett just tweeted, I see your test and raise you a question mark. So feel free to like ask us questions. I mean, we're pretty much sworn to secrecy at this point on certain things, but we can answer some questions if they're reasonable. And let us know if there's any error, if we sound horrible, if we freeze. Please tweet that because to me, not like publicly like Nikki sucks, like at me and like, fix the problem.
Terrible.
You sound terrible and look terrible. I know the lighting in the basement needs work. But yeah, no, we hey everyone. You just are flooding into the room. This is great.
Nice. How many people are there? I feel like
so far 20. So
what?
Yeah, so we're appreciative. This is really helpful. And we're going to talk about making decisions, our relationship, anything you have a question on. Michelle at Prism98 said, this is a test of the emergency Pitch Wars cast system. You guys are funny.
Nice.
Oh, Rachel Simon, our bestie, she just asked, what is on your bookshelf next to you? Hi, guys. And I'm guessing that's for you because there's nothing behind me.
I don't know. A lot of stuff. Including one of my favorite books from last year. It's called Even When You Lie to Me by Jessica Alcott. I guess this is my ad for this book, which I love.
I haven't read that one yet.
Just a bunch of other random stuff. Yeah. Should we talk about the process?
Yeah, can I just say, picking my mentee launched me into an existential crisis of mass proportions because I had so many good submissions. I don't know. I wanted to crawl in a hole and be like, let's all hop on a boat and sail off to mentorship land. But I can't mentor more than one. So.
Like a mentor harem?
What? A harem? Like with horrors?
No, like you guys are all.
I was thinking like a cruise ship with Mai Tais.
No one let me do a live chat. No, I think what's happened for me every year is like, yeah, definitely the quality this year was super high. But there's usually one that stands out to me right away that I can't stop thinking about. And I feel like that happened for you this year too.
Yes, I'm glad you said that because I kept feeling guilty that it popped in my head because part of me was like, was I just more awake in the moment that I read this one? Was like, did I just have a really good lunch and that's why I liked it? Like, because I don't know. When I read really late at night, I'm really tired. So unless it's super, super, super amazing, I actually cannot remember anything I've read at night. So.
Well, but that's kind of similar to like querying or being on submission. You never know what mood the person is going to be in when something crosses their desk.
Really true. And actually, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, my book about someone, actually, I think I did have this happen when I was querying, because my debut deals with Huntington's disease, and I think an agent replied to me and said that someone in her family had recently been diagnosed with not with Huntington's disease, but with a similar, like, degenerative condition, and she just couldn't read it for that reason. So you yeah, like you really just don't know.
Speaking of which, you should tell people about your book because this is amazing.
Sure, yeah, my book, my debut, it's called Fingers Crossed, but the title is changing. I joked to my editor that I didn't want fingers in the title of my debut, and she was like, yes, I agree. I'm very excited to see what title we come up with. It is YA contemporary. It's dual POV, fraternal twin sisters whose mom has Huntington's disease, which is a neurodegenerative disease. Similar to Alzheimer's, the onset is usually significantly earlier. And it's the kind of thing where you could take a predictive test to see if you will inherit it. And toward the beginning of the book, the twins take that test, and one tests positive and one tests negative, and that affects and destroys, I guess, a lot of their lives. And it's coming out from Simon & Schuster's Simon Pulse imprint in spring of 2018.
Wow.
Like talking about myself, that's honestly so hard.
I'll talk about you. I read an earlier draft of this book, and it still haunts me in the best possible way. Like, it's fantastic. It's just incredible.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was something that it was really important to me. Like when I wrote it, I felt like I had put everything I had into it, and I didn't want to, it felt like it was kind of, I don't want to say masterpiece, but it felt really different from everything I'd written before.
No, I love how that there's always that book, like you write and you write and you write, and then one day it's just.
Yeah, like it's your heart book.
Yeah. Like I felt like Two Shoes was that for me too.
Yeah, well, and so I should tell you all about Nikki's book then, which was the book that I picked in 2014. No, we're going to talk about it. It's so good. And it was fun. It like captivated me, I think, back when we were doing just like general Pitch Wars Twitter chattiness. She had mentioned that her book was Freaks and Geeks meets Saved, and I love both of those things. And I was like, there's no way it could actually live up to it. And I just sort of hinted, probably pretty obviously to her, that I really wanted her to submit to me. And then she did, and it was amazing. And the book is about a pastor's daughter in a small town who is pregnant. We don't know who the father is. She's kind of hiding that. There's a mystery around it. And her friends have she's been ostracized from her friend group, and she falls in with a group of quirky outcasts. And they have some misadventures, and it's just, it's like this I don't know, like I want to call it a comedy, a dark comedy, maybe?
Yeah, it's so funny too, because someone else, I don't know, like, it's
Funny.
just not very dark, but it deals with serious stuff. So maybe like a dramedy?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I guess it could be dark. I don't know. Whenever I deal with serious issues, it comes out really funny. It just happens. An agent for the longest time told me that I couldn't do that. They said that I had to pick one or the other.
No, I disagree.
Obviously, that was not true because after Pitch Wars, I got 7 offers. So, but yeah, and now the title's changing to Truth, Lies, and Chili Cheese Fries.
I like that.
Two shoes to me.
Me too.
And you, like, seriously, you've helped, you, like, shape that. Rachel, oh my goodness, her ideas, it was like, wow, why didn't I think about that? And I mean, we slaughtered characters. We just, like, plucked them out of existence and threw them away, and it was so much better. And actually, I can't wait for you to read a more recent draft, because I think you'll be surprised how much it changed even then. But a lot of the stuff that you had me do is the stuff that stayed.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. I love going back and seeing like later versions of books that people have worked on. It's so fascinating.
Yeah, well, you helped me with the first 250 in Pitch Wars is very important. So like we went through my entire book, and we went back and we did the first 250 over and over, you know, like trying to get it right. Well, I had to rewrite my first chapter recently. The first 250 are the same.
Oh, good. I like how we played with those. And I that's like one of my favorite things to do in advance of the agent round is just to like nitpick every word, because I am very detail oriented and I'm such a perfectionist. And I love being able to, I love conciseness and spare writing and being able to get something across in fewer words. I don't know. I think it's really beautiful when you can convey a lot with only a little. So I remember us doing that. It was so fun.
I feel like that's us both being journalists, because like journalism is the art of brevity, essentially.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And so, which is that was one of the things that made me want to submit to you. I was like, journalist, you get me. So.
Yeah. People are asking questions and posting GIFs/GIFs. I will never say GIF.
Yeah, I found out it's just peanut butter.
I know. I can't. Yeah.
So.
Sorry, this one is making me laugh. The one that Shay Standifer, I hope I'm saying your name right, tweeted with the cat.
Oh my goodness. It's breathing, heavy breathing. Yeah, that's how I feel about Pitch Wars, guys.
I know. Watching that makes me anxious. I tweeted this earlier, but I've honestly been so like hyped up on adrenaline and excitement and anxiety that I just like went out and pierced another hole in my ears. Like, yeah,
that's true. Pitch Wars dedication. That just shows how invested we are. We're like, you're modifying the body in sheer joy and excitement.
Yeah, I did some work today, I think.
I feel like some days I really want to be on the feed and I haven't been able to. I'm really glad I got to do, oh, look, there's more tweets. Oh, you totally pronounced her name right.
Oh, yay.
So guys, if you have any questions for us, we're just chatting, testing out the connection. So far, it seems like it's going well. I don't want to say I'm nervous about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be so fun, but we are having more mentors on than ever before. So it's going to be this continual 2-hour-long show, and like I'll just cycle people in and out and hope the internet doesn't break. So,
are you going to mute people again?
Yes, that is. See, like
why it wouldn't work then? Because right now, I mean, it's just 2 of us talking.
But if the internet literally like crashes,
yeah.
So that has happened before. And then sometimes people don't mute themselves, but I have the power to mute people. Anyway, technical crap. It's exciting though, because whenever Pitch Wars mentors get together, I feel like the world is just a better place because everyone's so fun.
Agreed.
So you said that you felt like you knew right away with your pet. Yeah. What was that feeling like?
It was just like everything. I'm gonna put it on a pedestal, but it was like everything that I want YA to be. Wow. And like reminded me of why I write it and why I love it and like why it gets me excited. Just honestly checked all of my boxes in terms of what I love reading in YA.
I can't wait to read it. That sounds amazing.
But what about yours? How did you know?
Well, like I said, it was slightly existential crisis mode. So
I know we talked a lot about it.
I felt like as I was reading it, I was like, this is what I need right now. And I know that sounds selfish, but like I've had a very stressful like year. And so reading it just took that all away. It was just like being transported into, I think I tweeted that reading the submission made me feel like putting on an old favorite cardigan and reading in the rain.
Cardigan?
Yeah, red cardigan. That's from my other book. That's why she says that. Which actually my husband to this day says that we should change the title to Ellie's Red Cardigan, which is it's a joke title you came up with. But anyway. But yeah, so I ended up going back with that one because while I loved so many other books, no other book gave me that feeling of this just feels right.
Mm-hmm.
And but the biggest thing was I felt like I could help it the most. Like I read a lot of great books in my slush pile, tons of great ones. This one, I had a vision for it. And it does no one any favors if I pick a really great book, but I'm just like, can't really help you make it better. Let me just proofread it for you. Like that's just not.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah, and so.
Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, my boyfriend was making noise in the other room, and my dog. Here, wait, I'll put him on the camera. My dog was getting excited. Sorry, I'm obsessed with him. But oh wait, you're making a concerned face. Is everything okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading. Someone goes, TR Daily said, wait, what the heck is happening tomorrow night? I thought the 2-hour show was Thursday. Details, please. So the 2-hour show is actually Wednesday, the 24th. Tomorrow it's the 24th, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, tomorrow. I don't know.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
I don't know what day it is most of the time.
This is just a test. This is a test.
It is tomorrow. Yes, the 24th is the live show. Yes. The results, I think that's the confusion. The results of who's chosen will be posted on the 25th.
Correct, yes.
Tomorrow is just the live show.
We're just talking about slush and...
Yeah, and we'll just have it's going to be a big party.
Yeah.
Big 2-hour long party. And I think the mentors are coming in 30 minutes this time instead of an hour. So there's more mentors.
Yeah. But I was going to piggyback off what you said earlier, like a manuscript that you felt you could help the most. And I felt that way too. Like I told you it was everything that I wanted YA to be, and just felt like I could help it because I was passionate about those things, and like I could push it more because I really like to push boundaries to the point where I think my editor is going to tug me back a little bit from the boundary. But I'm working on an adult book right now, and that's great because I can do whatever I want.
I can't wait to read that one too. Rachel is an amazing writer. Seriously, being mentored by her was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Oh,
and I wholeheartedly mean that.
Oh, wish I could just go through and hug you. Arr.
Next year at a conference or something.
I know, it has to happen. What else can we talk about? How many submissions did you get?
How many what?
How many submissions did you get?
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that.
Oh, I feel like people talk about it on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Then I got 85, I think.
Okay. Yeah, Kit and I had 104, I think. Yes, around that number. Mostly contemporary, although I didn't go through and crunch any numbers. Were your
ruin count? Like I got like a great mix of.
Really? Like there wasn't a clear majority?
I think I got the most. Sci-fi and contemporary were split. And I only requested a couple. And I requested down the middle contemporary and sci-fi. I think I might have requested a historical. I don't know. My brain's a little bit frazzled. And like I said in the tweet earlier, I actually did not read. This is I would say the first time. I only mentored for the first time last year. Last year, I read a ton of books from cover to cover. This year I didn't finish any of them, but I still picked someone. I just knew. Plus, I did not have a lot of time this time with moving, but I still gotta, I read all the submissions, like the first chapters and whatnot. So
yeah, there were a few I mean, there was one, like I said, there was one that I knew I wanted, but there were a few that I was starting to read, and then I looked on the mentor group and someone was like, I must have this. And I was like, well, okay, I'll put that one aside because I'm pretty sure I have the one that I love. And then I elbowed some people out of the way.
Nice. I think there was only one that I had my eye on that someone else really loved too, and I backed out of that one too. Because I'm like, we're too pacifist, we don't like the warring part.
Well, no, the idea of a war is really scary. But no, I feel like that happens every year, actually, is I find what I love really early, and then I go to all the mentors who have it, and I'm like, hey, I love this, and I just read the full, and I have all these notes and these great ideas, and I will die if I don't get it. So what do you think? And then they usually step aside. I swear this is the only part of my life. This and bar trivia are the only things where I'm like,
I also remember, I think it was when I entered, Brenda had opened it early, and so I sent it immediately, and you requested within 15 minutes, and I thought my life was I was like, what is this? This is the dream.
Yeah, well, so Kit and I decided this year that we wanted to wait until everything came in.
I did that too this year too.
Yeah, yeah. I think we sent a couple of requests maybe a few hours before it closed because I was so itchy.
We do have a question from That's What She Said at Shay Standifer. I think this is the person you said the name correctly. I don't remember how to say it. I'm horrible. But would you say timing had a lot to do with your picks, like your fave sub happened to be what you wanted at the moment?
Not for me. Mine was just what I always want, which is boundary pushing stuff, which was at the top of our wish list. I think the very first thing on our wish list was anything that makes you wonder, can I do this in YA? Yeah. I feel like I did get a lot of boundary pushing stuff, which was awesome.
For me, and I don't know if this is all timing, because I feel like I was pretty clear with what I wanted too. Not that I didn't say I didn't want dark, but the more I started reading, the more I realized I didn't want super dark, only because I needed something a little more not uber depressing. But also last year, I got, I think 90% of my inbox, the storyline was about rape. And I had a revision that was heavily drenched in that subject matter. And so because I have just come off the biggest revision of my life, I really wanted a fresh new topic. And I felt really bad because there's a few people who were like, you're perfect, but this is the subject matter. Will you make an exception? And I could not. I just could not deal with it. It's a lot of emotional draining when you focus on such an area, because you immerse yourself in your book so much. And I just couldn't do that. So timing wise, yes, I went for some stuff that was a little bit lighter, or that could take me someplace else.
Yeah, well, there were a couple that I got. Actually, I think one that was chosen by someone else, maybe. I don't know, that I didn't get anything that was similar to my debut, but I got a couple that had things in common with my book too. And I just, because I'm still working on that, it just felt too close. But there's no way that someone can know that.
Yeah, exactly.
No one has read that book. Not even you. It's still sitting in your inbox.
I read the first couple of chapters. I'm dying to finish it. I can't believe between Pitch Wars and the revision ate my life, and now I'm trying to read the
revised version.
What?
I'll have a revised version next year. My first draft is due.
Well, I'm hoping to read it before then.
August 2017.
I'll read it twice. That's how much I love your writing. I just a reading vacation, honestly.
But that goes, what we were just saying kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier. You don't know what else is going on in someone's life when your book crosses their desk. Mm-hmm. But you also don't know, just, is it okay to talk about my own, publishing stuff? Journey? So one thing my editor told me that she loved about my book was, so the two main characters are Jewish. They're pretty devout. Their mother is Israeli also. And I think my book, Judaism is a pretty central part of it, and I've never really seen that in books before that weren't about the Holocaust. And that is not the only story that we have to tell. It's something I've always felt strongly about. And my editor loved that this book was not about Judaism. This was just like their daily lives. And it's just like a glimpse into, you know, something that we don't see a lot of. And my editor is a really big champion of diverse books. I think most of her list is diverse books. But she felt, you know, like there were a couple passages in the book, and even my editor is not Jewish, but there were a couple that she really related to. She's Cambodian American. They were like, I can't verbalize it, but she, like, as a child could have said those same things, just about like feeling, you know, kind of different and like an outsider, and just, I wouldn't have known that that would resonate with someone so strongly. So I just never know.
I cannot wait to get, like, hold it in my hand. Like, it really is that cool of a book. I had never read anything like it, and it really was mesmerizing.
Thank you. We'll see. I'm excited to start working on it. Just, I guess, some other, I don't know if this is, again, okay to mention, but I feel like it's not a lot of people talk about what happens, like, post-book deal, but my edits, my final revision is due January 1st. And so right now I'm waiting on edits from my editor.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to finish a draft of my other thing before those arrive. But your book is essentially done really way ahead of your pub date. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you're oftentimes you get your cover like 9 months or so before publication, sometimes even longer. Which you can get arcs like 9 months before. I mean, it varies everywhere.
Like, if you think the wait is a long wait, think about when you actually get an agent and then a book deal. It's all waiting. That's all being an author is.
I calculated it's about 20 months, depending on what month my book comes out, until it comes out. Wow. Only 20 months.
Wow. For some reason, I thought it was coming out next year. I don't know why I thought that.
Spring 2018.
That's exciting, though. More tweets that we've gotten. Sarah at Recently Sarah said, absolutely adore having you guys chat in the background as I go about my morning. Seriously. Well, we are happy to be in the background as you get ready this morning. Thanks for listening as we test. So far, it sounds like the test is going well. I'm excited. And I get to catch up with my favorite person. So
this is just us chatting.
And then that's what she said, I freaking love the idea of 2 Jewish MCs. A++++++ would read over and over again. I think you should read it over and over again because it's pretty awesome.
I want to interpret that like a Jewish MC, like a...
What?
Like an MC, like a master of ceremony. Like 2 Jewish MCs.
Like hosting a bat mitzvah type, like, time for... So we're just...
Not 1, but 2.
Yeah, it's dual POV. I still think about your MCs often, actually. So, I can't remember what reminded me. I think it was because there's like a violin for sale, and I was like, oh, like Adina.
Oh. I'm like eager and a little scared to get back into it because it hasn't been that long. I think the last time I looked at it was in April. Okay, so it hasn't been that long, but I think I opened it once to do a one-line Wednesday, and then I found some stuff that I was like, oh God, did I write this? Like,
oh, I had some moments like that too when I was revising, mainly because I started my revision. So I had to start my revision again after the baby was born, but I was on a lot of drugs for a very long time. So actually when I got my second edit letter, I forgot that I got it because I was on that many drugs. And my agent was like, so how are the pages going? I'm like, pages? Oh no. Oh my God. So, because actually she was going to send me my changes the day that I happened to be induced. And so, like, I'm on my way to the hospital and I emailed my agent, please don't send me revisions today. I'm on my way to the hospital. So, anyway, I can't forget where I was going with this. Oh, so I was opening it up to read some of the things I had rewritten. And there was like, I think we have some questions in here I didn't see. How she became a mentor of you seems like you both are at the same age. Yes, we are similar ages. Actually, I think I'm a little older than you, right? By like
Slightly.
smidgen. But yeah, I mean, mentors can, young mentors can mentor older people.
I mean,
Yes.
it's just a matter of like where you are in the process. And I think the one good thing to keep in mind is like a lot of mentors are not very far ahead of anyone who is, you know, seeking to get a mentor. I mean, just look at like, I think so many people have become critique partners out of this. Like, I don't consider this a mentor-mentee relationship. Like, I consider this a friendship. It's like it goes both ways. Like, you've helped me out with a lot of stuff too. Like, we've both gone through, like, we both left our first agents.
That's very true. People don't talk about that stuff that much either.
What?
People never talk about that side of things.
No, they don't. But yeah, we've both gone through a lot of stuff that we've helped each other out with.
Yeah.
So
writers need other writers. So regardless of age and.
Yeah, I mean, my critique partners are like all over. I mean, I think I maybe have a couple younger than I am, but then I have people that are older.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not about age. It's just about sharing mutual experiences and talent, which, you know, Rachel has talents in spades, so.
Stop.
Sorry. Anyway, for those who are just joining us, we are testing. We'll probably head out soon-ish, but if there's any more questions, we'd be happy to answer. We're just talking about pitch wars and picking our mentees and our mentor-mentee relationship, and we're both mentors now. And then we were talking about books because I'm in love with her book, and it's coming out in 2018.
In 20 months.
20 months. That's longer than a pregnancy.
That's like 2.5 pregnancies, 2.25.
Well, actually, technically it would just be 2 because pregnancy is actually 10 months. No one talks about that. It's not 9 months. So some people argue. Mine was technically 9 months because I was early, but no, actually, so talk about authors being bad at math. So I'm trying to figure out when I want to have a baby. So I'm like, oh, 9 months. Oh, I'd have it this time. Imagine my shock. I get pregnant. I'm like, there's an extra month of this. Ruins all my plans because I was supposed to go to RT last year and do, you know, my presentation on, I was going to do a workshop on speaking and realistic dialogue and whatnot, and it had to be canceled. So, oh well.
Sorry. He's needy. He's so needy and so cute.
I love your dog.
Me too.
I don't even remember what time we started this. I should have looked when I pressed live. I guess I can look at my previous tweet. But yeah, so what else could we talk about as we test things? Oh, wow, we've been on for longer than I thought. We've been on for 33 minutes.
Oh my god.
My bad. We were really like, we'll do this for like 15.
Letter.
What?
I should go work on my mentee's edit letter.
I need to too, and I need to actually finish doing some Pitch Wars live things. Anyway, it was so great talking with you guys. Thanks for asking your questions and helping us work out bugs. It sounds like not many bugs happen, so I'm going to trust you all that tomorrow's show will happen with no errors, and I will hold you responsible. No. But anyway, thank you for helping me test. This was great.
Bye.
Bye.